Well, hello everyone. Looks like I'm connected to both Facebook and YouTube for a change. Fingers crossed we don't have any little glitches. And welcome. I think I'm starting to see some eyeballs and thumbs up and that kind of stuff. So thanks for joining me. I would love for you to drop a comment. I think it shows up whether you are watching on Facebook or YouTube. I should be able to see your comments. And I'd love to know where you're watching. I would also love to know if you were one of the lovely ladies that I met during this past weekend in Minneapolis at the Creative Minds Conference. There's Amy, for example, and I know I met Amy and it was wonderful. There's Jerry from Ohio, Lorraine from New Hampshire. There's Candace from Pennsylvania. PA is Pennsylvania, I think, right? Oh, I'm so pleased to see you. Just while we're getting folks in here, we've got Ruby, Patrice, one of my teammates, Kathy. Oh, all kinds of folks jumping on now. That's awesome. Pam, Lori, Sue's here. Randy, Dana, Carrie, Kathy, Deborah. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. You're coming in fast and furious there. So it's scrolling so fast I'm not even seeing all the names. But welcome, and I'm so happy to be here with you. As everybody's coming in, I tell you, it was just the most amazing weekend that we had just this past weekend in Minneapolis at the Creative Memories Creative Minds Conference. It was a conference for advisors, and we had people from all over Canada and the US come in. Hello, everybody. Hello. As well as some of the gals from Puerto Rico. That was amazing to meet them. And as well, Sharon, who is the distributor for CM in the UK and Europe. So she and her husband were there as well, got a chance to meet and chat. So it was phenomenal. You know, I didn't post anything over the course of the weekend because it was so wonderful to just be there in person and soak it all in. And I really have to thank each and every one of you who came up and introduced yourselves to me. And I felt so privileged and honored to be able to chat with you. You know, it was just a great time. Good morning, everyone. There's Jane, one of my customers from here in Alberta. Deborah's here from Australia. Kim saying, yes, it was an amazing weekend. I had such a good time chatting with you, Kim, so thanks again. It was wonderful. So I can't say enough good things. One of the things that I'm just going to throw out there, because I think you're going to hear this from myself and a lot of other advisors, is our owner, Caleb Hayhoe, gave us basically a challenge. And it was a bit of a mind shift because I was privileged to get up and chat about my why. So I was a main stage speaker and I talked about why I do what I do. And you know, the other main stage speakers and our keynote speaker, all really kind of, that thread was woven through about our mission at Creative Memories. And Caleb is really challenging us to double the numbers of Creative Memories advisors, not just, you know, for the bottom line, because of course we want CM to be a healthy, strong company. We don't ever want to go through another bankruptcy or anything like that. So not only for, you know, a fiscal reason, but because if we double the number of people who are talking about and sharing CM and helping people get pages into albums, that mission doubles. And that's one of the things that I talked about, is that, you know, when I help my team, help other people, help, you know, more advisors, help their customers, when I help you guys help your customers, or when I help you get pages into albums, that's what it's really all about. So whether you're a personal scrapbooker who, you know, kind of tunes into me and get some ideas, or maybe you're a CM advisor who's wanting to get ideas for your customers, if you're in Canada and you're thinking about, you know, how much you enjoy scrapbooking, I really encourage you to come chat with me, join my team, become an advisor. Not just for the bottom line financially, but so that you can help others get their stories and their photos into albums. Okay, it's all about the mission. It's all about sharing. Okay, yeah, Michelle's saying, love the Twins helmet there. Was able to go to a Minnesota Twins baseball game. That was awesome. It was against the New York Yankees. You know, we saw the Prince mural, we saw the Mary Tyler Moore statue, there was the sculpture garden. As a platinum advisor, we got to have a dinner cruise on Lake Minnetonka. Absolutely fantastic. So I so enjoyed my time there in Minneapolis. So enjoyed meeting all of you, and the conference itself was just chock full. There could have been something happening. You could have been doing something every minute pretty much. So again, thanks very much to those of you who took time out of the schedule to introduce yourself to me and chat with me. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Janet became a new advisor yesterday. Congratulations, Janet. That is amazing. Alona, sending you good vibes. She's saying that she's watching while she's getting her chemo treatment. So we're sending you all good vibes, Alona, for that to go well. So hello to everybody. I know that the feed was going up. So that's enough about this. I'm going to probably be posting some pictures, on my social media feeds in the next little while here. You're going to see some of those. But let's talk about Serene Waters, because of course, not only did we get to do all of these amazing things, achievers were recognized and we got little gifts. We got, I was able to go and shop in the brand store and I ordered myself a new CM banner, all kinds of fantastic things. But CM also gave us lots of product. And this was the fun part, because I don't know if you know this, but CM just moved into a new, larger facility. Before they were in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Now they're in Sauk Rapids, Minnesota. Not too far away, apparently. But it's like double or triple size the warehouse space. So they just started shipping out of that new facility the other day. But when we went to pick our goodie bags, it was like being on the pick and pack line. So we had to pull, one of each thing, make sure we got everything, and we assembled our own bags. So it was so much fun. So let me turn the camera around and show you what I got, and then we're going to make something with it, okay? So let's just do a flip here. No, sorry, that's the wrong one. There we go. So this is Serene Waters. This is some of the product that we got in our goodie bags in amazing colors. I just think that the blue and orange, it's always been a favorite color combination of mine, especially for boy pages. But in this iteration, with all of the gorgeous sort of tropical flair, I love that blue, the various shades of blue and aqua and green with the orange and yellow. It is absolutely stunning. So there are two paper packs, the Tone on Tone and the Designer. And when you see it up close, it looks so impressionistic. It's just got such a lovely painterly feel to it. I love those little fish and the little, the little tiles. And again, I mean, is that an impressionist sunrise or sunset over the water or not? More little fish, so cute, swirling around in their little schools. And then a whole page of the border strips that you can cut apart. And then the flip sides are just as lovely, again, with those a little bit more tonal type of colors there, or patterns. Again, kind of the seaweed, waves, nets, and that kind of, sandy or sunny sort of waves. And then the Serene Waters Tone on Tone. Again, lots of really nice background papers for matting photos, etc. We're going to use a couple of these today. Look at those cute little fish on some of those patterns. Aren't those cute? And then the back sides, again, lots of great colors that coordinate. Isn't that nice? Really pretty. So the papers are stunning. The stickers and the embellishments, absolutely spot on. So again, the Sun Rays for Days collection is more of a summer, around the house, backyard barbecues, pool days, lake days. This is definitely, around the water. Look at the schools of fish there. Love that. So again, like going fishing on the beach, dive in, lots of water theme. So whether it's, again, fishing, kayaking, paddleboarding, love that little seagull, snorkeling, that kind of thing. And then some fun additions. And then the embellishments themselves, really nice. A lot of them have that clear UV coating on them. So I don't know if you can see that it's a bit shimmery and shining. Really, really pretty, and it's got a bit of a texture to it. So when you touch it, you can feel that. So those are gorgeous. And then look at these. Aren't they so much fun? I know that Lauren and I did a little bit of a Facebook Live from Minneapolis before we left, and we kind of showed these, but you can see them a lot more clearly now that we have our, now that I'm back in my full setup. So love the octopi, I think it's called, and then all the little fishies. So fantastic, fantastic collection. And of course, the beautiful, you can see the shimmery foil there, the beautiful poppy blue foiled album cover, and the friendly fish decorative border punch, which is what we're going to use today. Okay, so this is really fun. I've already played with it. I think tomorrow you will see a layout on the Creative Scrapbooker blog. So I've already done a layout for one of their blog posts, and I think that'll be up tomorrow if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just going to pull a couple of possibilities for the base pages. We're going to do a 2-page layout today. So you're going to need, it's not really a 1, 2, 3, but you will need 2 base pages. And those are the ones that I was sort of thinking would work. I'm going to put all the embellishments off to the side. And then I think I'm going to use this particular paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the fish border this way so that I get all the fish in different colors. Now, on the layout that you'll see for the for the Creative Scrapbooker magazine, I did do a border that kind of was pieced together. So this, for example, is punched from the orange shimmer. And then I also punched one from the shell shimmer and the starry night shimmer. And then I just cut out some of the pieces, like some of the little individual fish, and then I just used repo adhesive to put them on top of the orange. So it was really quite simple because you don't have to do a lot of fussy cutting, but I really like that sort of multicolored look. So I thought that if I punched from this particular paper, we'd get that same multicolor look. So I'm going to use this one, and we're just going to need the one piece of paper to complete our layout. And I thought that, I'm not sure which of these I want to use. I think I want to use one of the aqua side. So I'm going to put these aside for now, and we'll come back to those. But I thought that we would kind of focus on a border. So making a fish border. And again, many of you have other border maker cartridges or decorative border punches that have, waves, right? Ocean waves, that kind of thing. But, if you don't have that, let's get out the decorative trimmer and let's make some waves ourselves. Now, you guys know I don't like to waste paper, especially when it's as beautiful as this. So we're going to punch our borders and create our border bases from this piece. And then we're going to make 2 borders, and we're going to put them on some background paper. So that's why I'm kind of thinking, not sure which of these background papers will work the best. So we're going to use our 12-inch decorative trimmer, and I'll have the 12-inch trimmer. Sorry, maybe I'll just put it over here. Sorry, hang on. Just getting something else out of the way there. So I've got my 12-inch trimmer, but let's use the 12-inch decorative trimmer too. So first of all, let's go ahead and punch 2 strips of our friendly fish. And again, if I punched through this way, I'd have, a little bit of color variation. But I want a whole school of various colored fish. So I'm going to cut through it this way. Okay? So we're just going to slide it in. Again, I always remind you, if you haven't already used the standalone decorative border punches, we start by putting the paper in onto the base plate and line it up with one of the 2 black lines on the front. So let's slide it in. I'm going to start right where this black line is. I know you can't see it from above, but let's go ahead. Again, sorry, we might have some jiggles. Move it along. It's quite easy to line up. And again, you're going to match the punched shape with the picture on the base plate. So if you see blue, keep moving it until you don't see any blue on the base plate. And see, we're already seeing all of these different colors in our little fish. So I think that's going to be really, really pretty. And we're not going to have to do any extra work. It's going to be perfect. Look at that. I love it. Absolutely. Now, if you were at my design principles presentation, you'll know that one of the things I was talking about was, having a sense of cohesiveness. So if we punch another one exactly the same, we're going to have orange, aqua, blue, and then our next one will be orange, aqua, blue. I really like the idea that, maybe the blue would start on the outside and then the aqua on the inside and then the oranges together, or vice versa. So I'm going to turn my paper around and I'm going to punch my second border this way, okay? Now, I'm just thinking to myself before I do that, yeah, it's going to be opposite. So then I could put the two borders together like that or like that. Okay, so then two of the colors would be the same. So let's go ahead and punch another one. Again, sorry for the, if you didn't know, I have a scrapbook table that is on wheels, which is great for my small space, but when I punch or when I, do a lot of sort of erasing, things like that, it does move around a little bit. Okay, so now you can see what I mean. So we can either put our borders across the two pages together like this so that it has that nice sort of continuous flow, or we could put the blues together. So either way, we're going to get a beautiful set of fishies. Okay, so those are our two borders. I'll leave those up at the top. I think this is going to be a really fun border to play with. If you were an advisor and you were at a conference, you would have heard that in July, we're actually having a set of You Pick It promos. And one of them is a grandfather and his grandson sitting back to back fishing with their fishing poles. So I think that not only are we going to be using this for, beautiful tropical layouts, but also for fishing, right? So I think there's going to be lots of uses. Okay, so now we have 10 inches left. So each of these, 9 inches because we're starting at 1. So each of these took up just about, an inch and a bit. So we've got 9 inches left. I would like to use about 6 inches of that for our borders. So let's see how frugal we can be with our paper. Now, one of the things that I always find when I, just jump in and use this 12-inch trimmer is that it's actually a little bit longer than 12 inches on the base plate. So if you want to turn things around, if you want to make things equal, you have to do a little bit of finessing. So it's about 12.5 inches from this lip to this lip. Okay, so I'm a big fan of marking where I need to go as I use it and then erasing or, kind of wiping this off. So I know that many of you are way more organized than me and you've got all kinds of marks on your trimmers, your decorative trimmer and your personal trimmers. For me, I either like to use like a little, I don't even have one handy here, but like a little Post-it note to mark my spot, or just mark with our dual tip pen and then erase it afterwards. But what we're going to do is we're going to basically create 2 strips that have a straight edge and a wavy edge, and 1 strip that has a mirrored wavy edge, so that it's, almost like a wave or like a little background. So you'll see what I mean. And so to get things nice and even, I'm going to place the top of my paper at this sort of like an empty rectangle. It's just one of the manufacturing marks, but there's one at the top and there's one down here at the bottom. So I'm going to use those as my kind of my guides. Okay, so if you can just kind of see right there and right here. That's where I'm going to place the top and the bottom of my paper so that when I turn it around and try to get a second cut that is kind of like a mirror image, I'm going to know where to line my paper up. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do the first one. And I think we're just going to cut maybe at about the halfway mark between 1 and 2. So the markings have never really made sense to me, but basically pick a short, a shallow cut, and you're going to make a shallow cut somewhere between the 1 and 2. I'm going to make it right here. So it looks like the 1/2 inch mark between 1 and 2 to me. So I'm going to make it there. So I'm going to place the top edge down at that sort of manufacturing mark, and I'm going to place the side at the mark that I just made. Okay, so basically I'm just going to get a really little shallow piece, because we're going to stretch our paper, shallow piece with one straight edge. So now I have a nice curvy edge, and I want to turn this around, and I want to create a mirror image curvy line. Okay, so again, I'm going to place my top edge at the little mark that we made on the base of the plate, on the base of the trimmer, and my bottom one, again, I've kind of got my little mark there, and I'm just going to place it so that the swells or the curved edges go to the 4-inch line. Now that's not meaning that I'm going to have a 4-inch border. I'm just picking that line kind of as my guideline. So this, it says 4 right here. I'm just placing the curved bumps at that 4-inch line. Now you can see that when I cut now, I'm going to have swell and go in, swell and go in. And it's going to make that really pretty sort of mirror image cut. Okay. So that's going to be the base of my border. I'm going to turn it around so I've got that. So I've got one with the multicolor, one with the swell. Now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to make that same, I'm going to make the same thing basically. So we're going to trim off this little bit to make another straight edge. So again, just really shallow here. Looks like it's going to be about 1/2 inch, just so that you get a little strip with those curves again. Okay, so we've got 2 of those now. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing again. So we're going to make 2 more wavy edges with straight edges, just really tiny, and 1 more, I don't even know what you call that, hourglass sort of shape, I guess. All right, so let's go ahead back in. We're going to place the straight edge against that line that we made earlier, top edge and bottom edge, just like we did before. Okay, so there's 1. Now we have the out, in hourglass. So we're going to turn it over. Remember, this one is going to line up with the 4, the marking that says 4. So those curved edges all the way down at that 4-inch mark, top and bottom at the same place. And you can see before you cut whether that's going, you know, like if you put this all the way up, then you're going to have more of a, it's not going to be as perfect out in hourglass. So that's why I kind of center it on the base plate and use those markings. Okay, so I moved it a little bit there. We're back at 4. Our top and bottom are just fine. So now we've got another one of those, and we can cut off our last piece, again, about 1/2 inch, just so that it's, let's see, that gives us 3.5 inches left over. So we might be able to still use this maybe for some photo mats, something like that. I also have, again, a few coordinating colors. Love this orange shimmer with it, Starry Night shimmer and shell shimmer. So between those 3, hopefully we can get some photo mats. All right, so we've got all our pieces now. We've got 2 fish borders. We've got 2 wavy sort of mirror image swells, and we've got 4 little pieces with 1 wave and 1 straight edge. So we've got all the pieces we need. Let's figure out which which base pages are going to look good with our borders here. I'm just going to put 1 of each down for now. And let me show you how we're going to go ahead and kind of assemble this. So these are just going to go across. Okay. Not quite dead bang on, but they're pretty good. So I think those will be okay. Now our fish borders, of course, are going to go right on top of these. So I think I like it with the orange in between. Okay, pretty sure I like that. So now I have this really nice sort of wave going across. I think that I like this one a little bit better than this paper. So let's use this. And just going to go ahead and put both of those. Yeah, that's really nice. Now, we've still got all of these papers. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn them to mimic the color of the border of the fish, and we're just going to slide them right in behind. So it's going to look like the fish and the little pieces behind are all sort of the same color. So there we get our orange, our yellow, okay? And then we should be able to do that with our pieces. Just a little finicky here. And all we want is that little top swell to poke out. So you just tuck it behind as much as you need. And then it really looks like you've got a full swell of the opposite going there in behind, if that makes sense. Okay, so we'll do the same here. Just get this in behind. So this, you know what, this is really more like an easy, fast, and fun border as opposed to a layout, because we're making the border itself the star, you know, decorative element here. Okay, and then our last little sliver, might need to get out my multi-purpose tool here. Obviously it might be a little bit finicky, just a little bit, to get that in behind. There we go. I think that is going to look fantastic when I glue it all down. And it really looks like, again, it looks like we've got 2 full borders like this overlapping each other. Okay. Now, the couple other things you could do. We've got these fun little pieces. Okay. But you could, if you wanted to have more of a straight border, you can just fill those in. So we just flip them around, and because we cut them all at the same size, we can just fill those in and make that again look like it's got a solid piece of paper in behind. So that's really pretty too. That will really get, you know, really make the most of it. I also like the idea of leaving a little bit of space, so then again it looks like another layer in behind. But really we've used 1 piece of paper to make all of this. Now, if you don't, you know, if you did it with a different paper, you might want to try and see how does it look, you know, if I did something like this. That's pretty busy, right? But again, you know, the colors are just fantastic. You could turn it over and have your fish like that, right? You could turn these over and have them all fit together like this. And, you know, they're not perfect. I obviously cut this one a little bit skinny, but that looks really nice too. So you've got a lot of different varieties of, you know, ways that you can play with these pieces now that you've cut them. Now, I don't have a handout for you or anything like that, but I think you can go back and have a look at these borders to see, you know, what would work best for you. The final idea is to take these pieces and put one at the top and one at the bottom. And that always gives a really nice sort of finished look to your pages as well, when you've got a nice little border at the top and bottom. So that would just kind of echo it and have an extra sort of like almost like another wave in there. And then that piece up top would have your, you know, kind of that idea that it's finishing it off. I know that I've got one page with one variation and one with the other. So now you can come in, and again, we could make photo mats of, you know, with any of these papers, right? And I've always told you, don't forget to keep your little scraps of cardstock so that you can have a nice little pile of templates. So for the easiest, fastest types of layouts, keep your photos standard size, right? You can probably get, it's a little tight this way, but if you didn't have the border at the top there, you could get, you know, 2 of either orientation there. And then you can also, of course, get some smaller photos. A little 3x4 would be cute there, or use the Variety Map Pack cards, or, you know, some 3x3s. Let's see if we've got 4x4s. 4x4s are always easy as well, right? So maybe something like that. So 5 photos on your page. Don't know why that's a weird color. Let's take that off so it looks a little bit more uniform, right? 5 photos on your page. Let's do a title over here. Let's get out these fantastic, I'm just going to push this up a little bit so I've got some room. Doesn't want to go. There we go. Okay, so let's say we're leaving it like this. I'm not sure what way I'll put it. Truthfully, I don't have a lot of tropical photos right now, so I don't think this is a layout that I'll finish with some photos right off the bat. But let's think about some titles. Of course, this Just Add Water would be a great title there. I love that. Relax. Something like this would be fun. You know, you could do a little, maybe a little journal box over here. There's some fun tags. I like these tags a lot. So you could do something like that. Oh, this is really pretty too, right? So maybe by the lake, in front of this. Something just like that. And then you could have some of the, you know, the coral, not coral, seaweed, right? Or one of these fantastic birds. Isn't he great? I love that. So maybe that's sticking in sort of like that. And then maybe another little cluster up here. Not the fish, because the fish, you know, are down here. But maybe that gorgeous little sunset, again, picking up all of those painterly colors. So if you were at my design session at conference, we talked a little bit about this, but, you know, making sure that you've got the colors repeating. So this one has all of the orange, the yellow, the blues. Same over here. We've got the orange, the yellows, the blues. I noticed that there was another bird in here somewhere. I probably can't find him now, of course. But, you know, yeah, here he is. So, you know, maybe you've got a bird up there. He's kind of flying the wrong way, but maybe the bird, and then you got another bird here, and then you can add some of that kind of marsh grass over here. Something like that, right? And then you have kind of incorporated that theme of what's above the water, what's below the water. There's just so many possibilities. There's lots and lots of things we could do. Okay, so definitely think about that. Again, thinking about repeating those colors. We got a little bit of that visual triangle going, but really all of this comes from that one piece of paper. I encourage you to go back and watch how I cut it so that you get all of that from one piece. Punch your borders. Make sure you switch the border switch the paper around so that you can get this look with your borders where your fish are, you know, kind of creating that continuous look. And then play with your other pieces that you cut from with that wavy trimmer, right? The curvy edge of the 12-inch decorative trimmer. I don't think we use that enough. So I love it, and I'm going to try to be using that more often, because then you don't need specific punches. But I love how that echoes. And again, don't forget you could put it in behind. Okay, so I would love to see, especially you gals who were already who already have Serene Waters in your hands. Either you ordered it and you got the 2-day shipping, or you were at conference and you were able to take it home with you. I would love to see your ideas, your take on something like that. Okay, all right, I'm going to flip you back over. I will finish off my layout. I'll probably decide which of the versions and variations I like best, and then I will post it with just some white pieces of cardstock there to indicate photo placement. So watch for that, you know, either later tonight or tomorrow. Before I go, just a few reminders for you, okay? There's so many good things coming from CM. One of the things I'm most excited about is the new cardstock. So at conference, we were told about the new cardstock colors. I was really felt honored to be asked, along with Melissa Hoffman-Ullman, to have a look at the Pantone colors before they kind of landed on the range. So I'm really thrilled with them. Our old orange is already gone. I've got some here still, but our old orange is already gone. So hopefully the new orange color, which is called pumpkin, is going to start, you know, filtering into the line. So from what I understand, as the older color cardstock gets, you know, purchased, sold through, they're going to start replacing, and eventually, hopefully by the end of the year or the beginning of next year, we'll have all 20 of our sort of core line of cardstock colors in stock. So that is really exciting. I know that many of you are saying, pink, we need more pink. There is a soft pink. And right now, as part of the Paper Buffet promo, there's a beautiful lipstick pink. So if you need pink, don't forget to jump on that and grab yourself some pink. So cardstock is one thing I'm super excited about. I am thrilled that they've given us so many little sneak peeks. We saw the promos for July, and there's 4 to choose from. I'll probably do a little bit of a share on those a little bit later. Platinum Achievers also received the What a Zoo collection, which is going to be the new collection for the beginning of July. And we were also treated to a quick peek at the Back to School collection, which is going to launch in August. You're going to love it. So cute. And the Croptoberfest collection. So just a little snippet on the screen as to the colors, but it looks like beautiful browns and blues. And again, I think it's going to be a really pretty fall collection, you know, fall theme, but very pretty. I think it's a really nice color selection. So it was exciting just to even see that. And again, as a content contributor, I had seen some of it, but it was really exciting to see everybody react to it and see what they thought of it. So that was great. I loved it. Let's see what else. Oh, thanks guys. Love all the options from one sheet of paper. Awesome border. Thanks guys. I don't do a lot of borders. I was thrilled to see Chrislyn Matei again at conference. I think she's the border queen. She has a phenomenal ideas and sense of design for borders. So if I can come, you know, this close to what she does, I'm thrilled. So, Marsha's asking, do you know if the new cardstock will be of the better quality as in the old former CM? I don't know who manufactures it, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but I do know that it will all be the same weight, and I think around that 60 or 65 pound weight. So that's nice. For example, you know, the navy won't be heavier than some of the other colors, so that will be good. And of course, solid core. That's what sets CM cardstock apart. And that's why it's so hard, I think, for CM to get that cardstock, right? It's a different manufacturing process to create solid core cardstock that cuts and punches beautifully, than it is to have printed cardstock like so many other manufacturers or other paper manufacturer lines have. They've got, basically it's a white cardstock that's printed on both sides. So that's something to think about, right? Steph's saying all 65-pound weight. Yeah. So that's going to be lovely. It's going to be nice and even. So I'm excited about those, and excited, of course, about all of the other things coming out. So you'll see more of that as we go. I am excited too, of course, because I want to remind you about the Summer Mother Load 2.0. Lots and lots of gals asking me about this, so I wanted to put it up again. I did create a Facebook event for this at Chatting with Megan Jack's fantastic knowledge of Facebook. She reminded me, you got to start posting these things as events so people can find them. But the Summer Mother Load, 31 layouts, 31 days, $31, okay? So I want you to go and register for those, because here's the thing. This is the only course where I close registration before the course starts. So you can only register until June 30th. Then I shut the doors because this class moves at such a fast pace. I want everybody who starts with me to continue on, right? And it's not that I don't want to spend time explaining it to people, but we got to get in a groove and we got to get going because we are scrapping every day together. Every day you get a prompt and a video from me. Every day you have 23 hours after the prompt is posted to create your layout and post it for a chance at daily prizes. We have chances at monthly prizes. It's fantastic. And I know that when I, shared a little bit about it afterwards last year, people said, I need to do that. So here's your reminder. If you are a subscriber to, all things Organized and Creative Mom, I will be sending out another reminder in the next few days, but registration closes June 30th. So if you miss that, you miss the live class daily with me. There will be a bit of reformatting that happens and it will get posted and offered as a self-paced class in August, but I want you there live with me. I want to scrap with you every day. Lay out a day. That's what LOAD stands for. So L, layout a day. Okay. It's 31 layouts, 31 days, $31 Canadian. Okay. So my US friends, it's a cheap steal of a deal for you. Okay. And the payment platform does convert the currency. Joe is asking, Gwen saying she registered yesterday, loved last year's event. Thank you, Gwen. Look forward to seeing you. Joe's asking, was your session at conference recorded? I don't think it was. And again, the idea being that, it was aimed, while it talks to everyone, the idea of our why, it really was aimed at presenting to people who were at conference. So you might be able to, send a little note to home office saying, would love to see that and see what they say. But I kind of think that it was intended just to be the conference presentation. Okay. Oh, Patty's done the math. $25.11 US. So that's a steal, right? Great job. Thank you. All right. What time is the Mother Load video each day? Excuse me. 10 a.m. Mountain. So that's 10 a.m. my time. So you'll want to find out what time that is for you and then, mark your clocks each day or set your alarm each day. Now, I get there's two big questions, that I get. Can we watch it later? Yes, it will be live streamed into the Facebook group for the class. And then you can watch it in there. As soon as it's done, you can watch the replay anytime. I also record it as we live stream. So then I take that recording and I put it into your Organized and Creative Mom accounts. So you'll be able to see it in either of those two places. Live stream, as soon as we finish, you can see the replay, and then it'll take about, an hour probably to get it uploaded and formatted into the OCM account. So, but yes, you can watch it afterwards, either time. Some people have said, well, I'm going away. Can I get things ahead of time? No way, Jose. No way, Charlie. Everything is posted at 10 a.m. each day. So if you're traveling, I will be posting a supply list in the next few days here. So if you're traveling, you can take things with you, or you can wait till you come home, catch up a little bit, that kind of thing. It's totally up to you. But no, there is no way to get the handouts or the prompts ahead of time. 10 a.m. every day. Okay. Oh, good to hear, Yoli. She says she's registering. So awesome. All right. I can't believe I've kept you for 45 minutes. I obviously went off on a bit of a rampage there. You know, I like to keep you for about half an hour and then get on with the rest of your day. So I'm going to scoot off now. But again, just that reminder of the summer mother load. And of course, a reminder too to my local Calgary area ladies. I'd love you to come to Camp Croppin'. I will post this information again in the feed so that you can get, all the registration details. But it would be so much fun to camp with you, go to camp, go to summer camp, and, be live together for those 3 days as well. Okay, so those two reminders. And you know what? I think Lauren and I talked about it, but I want you to put on your calendars that we're having an album making retreat, online album making retreat in October 14th, 15th, 16th. So just keep that in the back of your mind. We're going to get together and spend the weekend together. So that will be a lot of fun. Okay, ladies. Lisa, thank you. Always a pleasure spending time with you. And Lisa, did I see that you tested positive for COVID when you came home? Oh my goodness. I hope you're feeling okay. I think a lot of people did actually, with the traveling. So anybody who was at conference and isn't feeling well, definitely check yourself out. Make sure you take care of yourself and your friends and families. There's Sherry saying, see you at summer camp, my friend. Yes, we will, my dear. Looking forward to connecting with you again soon. Okay. All right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see some of you in the next little while here at various other events. I'm doing a VIP, my VIP customers, and a team crop on Saturday morning. We're going to play with the secret box products because, of course, we didn't get a chance to be together during the virtual crop last weekend. So we're going to do that. Got some team meetings happening and stuff that weekend. Again, spread the mission, spread the love, all of that good stuff. If you're in Canada and you want to chat about becoming a CM advisor, I would love to talk to you about how you can help other people spread that CM mission and get their photos onto pages. Okay? All right, everybody. Oh, Patty, same thing. Oh, fingers crossed that you all stay negative. Okay, I'm going to scoot. Take care, everybody. Pleasure seeing and meeting so many of you. Thank you for spending your time with me today, and we'll see you again soon. Okay, love you all. Bye for now.